Yahshua, Bashim, Tarkadash. Hey, with the GMS Arkansas camp. Mainly before we start camp, we go over we're going over the tribes, okay? Gather themselves together, Genesis 49. Okay, I think the last one we left off of, we did, it was Dan and, it might have been Zebulon. Yeah. So today we're going to get Genesis 49. We're going to go to where it's Gad, Deuteronomy 33, 20. Okay. Deuteronomy 33, 20, Genesis 49. I think it's 49 and 21 or something like that. Somewhere in there.
I'm going to start at 21. This book of Genesis, chapter 21 and verse 49. Chapter 49 and verse 21. It reads, Naphtali is a
Gad. Okay. So start around
19. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 19. And it reads, Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
It says Gad. Okay, Gad. Look Gad up. Gad is a troop, right? It tells you, right, the definition, right, of what that word means. It says the seventh son of Jacob by Paul, Leah's handmaid, and full brother of Asher. Okay? It says it's the tribe from Gad. So Gad, right, are North American Indians. Okay? Read that again.
This is a book
if you receive it, because we're gonna prophesy, we're gonna tell you. If you believe it, if you don't believe it, then that's on you. Okay? True believers don't believe it. Go ahead.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 19. And it reads, Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
It says, Gad, a troop shall overcome him. So it's an old myth of how the Native American Indians came over the Bering Strait out of the north, which is from the land of Russia to China. That's a myth. That's a stronghold. All right, we break down strongholds because the tribe of Gad, or the sons of Jacob, came from, you read in 2nd Ezra 13 and 40, they came from Syria down to what? The Euphrates, to the narrow passes, and then the Lord held still the waters. Okay? And they came to what you see as North America. So it's a lie when they say they came from the Bering Strait, right? Because this is prophecy. It says, and then you have Gad as a nation. Inside of Gad, you have what you call the Cherokee, the Apaches, the Iroquois, Comanches, the Blackfoots, the Sioux, right? And people say, yeah, I'm a part of this tribe, but really, you're part of Gad, okay? Read that again.
This book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 19. And it reads, Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
They said a troop shall overcome Gad. This is a prophecy. When you go back into history, General Custer and the U.S. Cavalry, those were the troops that overcame Gad. They came and tried to take him down.
It says, but he shall overcome at the last.
He shall overcome at the last, because we're in our last captivity. And Gad is a part of the nation of Israel. We are his Gadite brothers who you see in the troop. So when the Lord deliver us, He's going to be delivering all the tribes. He's going to deliver 12,000 out of what? Each tribe. So that means in the end, we're going to overcome our enemies. Right? And you're going to be back in that warrior type mentality that the Lord had on us back in the day.
Verse 20 says, out of Asher his bread.
Go back. What you got?
This is Deuteronomy 33 and 20. And of Gad he said, blessed be that enlarges Gad.
Blessed be he that enlarges Gad, because when Gad came over here, they came over with the rest of the tribe, but the Lord gave them what the large portion of what North America and was known as Canada. Gad had all that land until Esau came over and overcame them. Okay, go ahead.
He dwelleth as a lion.
He dwelleth as a lion, because a lion does what? Roam the prairies. That's what a lion does. He walks forth and do the same. And Gad moved. They would put up what you known as teepees, and they would settle here and dwell here, and then they would move through the continent of North America. Okay. Go ahead.
Tendering the arm with the crown of his head.
Tearing the arm, okay, head, that means they would cut themselves. And you would cut yourself. We did it when we was kids. Two people bleed, you put your arm together, we blood brothers. That's what that's saying. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 21. And he provided the first part for himself.
No, go back. Read that again. You missed something. I know you missed something.
Verse 21. And he provided the first part from himself, because there in a poison of the lawgiver, a portion of the lawgiver was he seated, and he came with the heads of his people.
Now he came with the heads of his people. He came with all the other tribes. Plus he was a lawgiver. He brought justice to his people. Right? Because Judah wasn't there. So he was a lawgiver himself.
He executed the justice of the Lord and his judgment.
Now go back to 20. You missed something on 20. At least I didn't hear it. Go back and read 20 again. Because there's something about a crown over head. I didn't hear you say that. Read that.
Verse 20. And of Gad he said, blessed be he that enlargeth Gad. He dwelleth as a lion, and teareth the arm with the crown of his head.
Now the crown of his head, when you see Indians, when they were warriors, you see that right there? You had to be a real warrior to have that whole headband with all the feathers going all the way down to the foot. Now when you were a brave, if they call you a brave, you had like 2 feathers. Sometimes you see the one with 2 feathers, right? But once you was a skilled warrior and you went to battle, you got more and more added to you. That's why you see the crown of the head. Example, Geronimo, right? Geronimo is one of the warriors of our tribe, Sitting Bull, people like that. Type those names in the read. Those are members of the Gadite tribe. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 21. And he provided the first part from himself, because there in a portion of the lawgiver.
He's a portion of the lawgiver. Here, what you have are what you call Apache scouts. Okay, that was right. Go ahead.
Was he seated? And he came with the heads of his people.
Okay, and he came with the heads of his people, man. All right, because Gad kept the laws too. When you look at a lot of Gadite, they kept the laws. They had fringes and everything. When the book of Numbers tell you what it tell you, the book of Numbers 15 and 36, that was one of the laws, to wear fringes. And you see the Gadites, they wear fringes. You see so-called white people running around here with you'll see them running around here with Gadite gear on with fringes on them. So if I see them, I be asking them to see. And they always say, I'm Cherokee. But see, you got Esau studied doing what they've always done, even in the Greek Empire. They claim to be us. Yeah. They still doing it. Okay? Go ahead. Get 1 Chronicles 12 and 8. Baba Kashab.
He came with the heads of his people.
The other tribes, right? That's it.
He executed the justice of the Lord.
Okay, he executed the justice, man. So they were going by the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability, man. The Gadites were. Okay? And Gad mixed with Judah. When Judah came over here, Gad would take Judah under their wing, man, because Judah was in hardcore bondage. Right? It's a book read a book called Black Indians, man. Okay? You got a book called Native American Indians. James Adair wrote a book dealing with the Native American Indians, telling you that they did come from the Bering Strait. He said that these people kept customs of the old land. It told you they had rituals. Well, that's statute, laws, and commandments, man. Read the book James Adair wrote. Okay? Go ahead.
And his judgments with Israel.
Go ahead. What you got?
This is the book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 12, verse 8. And it reads, and of the Gadites that separated themselves unto David.
See, they separate themselves unto David, man. He had scouts. Go ahead.
Enter the whole to the wilderness, men of might and men of war.
Men of might and men of war. Those were the Apache Indians, okay? Men of might and men of war. They were in the camp with David. Go ahead.
It says, fit for the battle that could handle shield and buckler.
They were real courageous. Okay? They were excellent warriors, man. Go ahead.
Whose faces were like the faces of lions.
The faces of lions. They painted them. They painted their faces, man, when they went to war. Okay, go ahead.
It says, and were as swift as the roads upon the mountains.
They could run real fast. The Gadites could cover a lot of land. They could cover land like 300 miles. They could run 300 miles without getting tired, man. That's where you get that game, that game lacrosse from, where they run and throw the little ball into the net. That they got that from the Gadites, man. The Gadites would be miles and miles and miles apart. That same game they would play. You see, these were fierce warriors. These were Gadites. Okay, what you got?
I think that's it on that.
Okay, they said they were swift. Read that again.
This is the book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 12, and verse 8. It says, and of the Gadites, there separated themselves unto David, into the whole of the wilderness, men of might and men of war.
Exactly, men of might and men of war. Okay, so when you see our brothers the Apaches, these were the Indians who had like, well, my phone the light keep going out. These Apaches here, these men right here had ninja-like tactics of war. Okay, they could run faster than horses in some situations, man. You see, they would run up on you. You would think you're getting away. The Gad would run up on you and jump up on the horse with you and stab you. They was warriors. They had ninja tactics, man. Right? These are our brothers, the Gadites, man. A lot of us are Gad, man, because you got a lot of mixing of Gad and Judah. Okay, because Judah had to flee with Gad and flee in the transatlantic slave trade, the trade of Esau. So you have a lot of our people are Gadites, man. Okay, so they have different sects within there. They say Apache, Cherokee, Sioux, but they really Gad. They're Native North American Indians, man. Okay, so you either believe that. You can read 2nd Ezra 13:40 to show you where that they came on ship through not the Bering Strait, but they came through the river Euphrates. Okay, so the whole myth of them coming on the Bering Strait is a lie. Okay, the Native American Indians didn't come to no Bering Strait. Those are the falsehoods that they teach you in high school or they teach you in middle school. Right? There's no way they could have came here. So with that, man, you either believe that or you don't. So that's the Gadite. Hope you were edified with the bringing of the gathering themselves together, the nation of Gad, which are true. Okay, so with that, all praise and honor, glory be to the Heavenly Father and Son. Yahweh, Baal Shem, Yahweh Shah, Baal Shem, Crocodiles. Double honor to the apostles and elders, GMS, who rule well. Peace and blessings to the whole elect. GMS Arkansas, Shalom. Shalom.